Hello, I'm Tyler Tully, and today I'm joined by Terra Metals CEO and Managing Director Thomas Line. Tom, Terra's just announced a significant institutional placement. Can you start by walking us through the details?
So we've just closed a $15 million institutional placement led by Petra Capital. It was cornerstoned by Golden Energy and Resources Gear and Matt Lattimore, and also our existing largest shareholder, Tribeca. Gear and Matt Lattimore came in only 2 months ago with a $4 million strategic placement. And it's quite exceptional that only 2 months later, having delivered the resource and done some site visits, that we have now just closed the $15 million placement, taking us into a totally new realm in terms of cash balance, scale, opportunity, and also just showing that validity that, and the confidence that's coming through from our existing shareholders to want to back it and help us take the project to the next level.
You might have just touched on it there, but how important is it to have the backing of Gear, Matt Lattimore and Tribeca for the Dante project?
It's so important. These groups are very sophisticated. They're very experienced. They do deals on large infrastructure projects, large mining projects, very familiar with the higher end of the market in that sense. So they have the skills and the capital backing to be able to assist us, not just from a capital perspective, but also from a strategic perspective. And there are very, very wide range of ways in which that support can be shown. And we're really excited to have them, not just as shareholders and not just to have increased our cash balance, but also to have their support on other parts of the business.
And you also recently announced a maiden resource at Dante. What were the key results?
So the key results was reported a maiden resource of around 150 million tonnes at about 1.4% copper equivalent, and that's just shallow at the surface. So what that contains a large amount of titanium, vanadium, copper, platinum, and palladium and gold. And what that shows is really the scale of the project. If you look at that initial less than 10% of the strike that's mapped and outcropping, you consider what a multiplier could be across the project of its overall potential. It's so big. And what we know is that what has been mapped is not all of what's there. We're in the process of mapping and doing reconnaissance work at the moment, and we expect that to grow.
And finally, what else should investors watch out for in the months ahead?
Well, we're just about to embark on a very aggressive drill program. We've got the additional, cash now, which allows us to move things forward without having to be constrained by capital, which was a key reason that we did the placement. With the previous cash, we could have done what we said we were going to do. However, there are more things we can do to speed up the project development. And that was one of the reasons that we did the placement. And we want to move things. We all want to, us and our partners and major shareholders want to move the project forward as fast as possible and ensure that we're not constrained by capital. So we'll be rolling into the drill program. It's going to be a much bigger drill program than what we had planned previously. The metallurgical work, other resource development work, and regional exploration will be opened up and expanded significantly. That's already underway.
Well, it definitely sounds like very exciting times ahead. Tom, thanks for your time today.
Thanks, Tyler.